Hello everyone. This is an interesting video for me today. I know I don't get a chance to do videos like this often, relates to busy schedule, but you know what, I'm going to take the opportunity for this. So, there is a game that I remember being excited to play when it was being demoed around before being fully released, called Wrack. Wrack was worked on by a person that I've known for a while, named Carnival. I knew of them because of the Skulltag days back when I found out about it in 2006 and played a shit ton of multiplayer games and the Friday Night Frag Fest and a bunch of other stuff that was being released at the time. Now, when Wrack was coming out, I was very curious about how this game was going to look in the full end. Now, a long time ago, I did do a stream of it under my old name, which sadly the VOD is no longer publicly on Twitch because of Twitch reasons, but I still have the footage, but I still wanted to just replay the game and use the current footage that from what I was playing now. The reason I bring up Wrack today is because Carnival announced on their Discord that I'm a part of that they were doing a remake of Wrack. They are remaking the game from, my understanding, is a ground up from either a different engine or the same engine, but changing mechanics in different degrees. And I can already tell the pieces that they're working on. I've been having access to the playtest to give them some advice and info the best I can. From my perspective, I may not be a super expert in a lot of ways. I can only give what I personally feel like, but, you know, having a fun time with it as well. I've been given permission to show footage and sounds and things like that of the play build, which I am going to be relatively showing here and there, especially with the sound that's going on. And I'm having a fun time with a lot of it. It's a little weird to get used to because I'm used to how Wrack played originally, and it's one of the biggest changes is that the pistols and the shotgun and a lot of the other weapons have reloads. Now, in the playtest, I've only got the farthest of stage 2. I've not gotten farther than that, but I want to at least get a good baseline of the first 2 stages to kind of get a feel for things to do this video. I also don't want to spoil too much of things for people who are interested in the remake overall. But there is a reload now for the pistol and for the shotgun. It's a little weird to get used to because, you know, when you played original Wrack, it didn't have one, and, you know, it was easy to change stuff that way. But I like the perspective going on here, especially because the combo chain system is a little bit, I guess you can say a little bit more forgiving. I've been able to keep the chain going on longer than I normally do in the original one, but granted, I'm not a super expert, I'll admit. I wasn't high rolling on the high scores all the time. And then one of the biggest changes that it's definitely a little hard to get used to is now that the Brave Star has a sort of ammo system to do full damage. Like the little robot, the spider robots, die in one hit when you swing the sword. But if it gets depleted, it takes like almost 4 to 5 hits, which is not even worth your time, especially if you lose your combo. Now, the way to get it back is either to wait for it to recharge, like, you know, switch to your pistol, shotgun, pulse rifle, whatever it is over time, and let it recharge naturally. Or, the other option is to try and do a deflect parry over an enemy's projectile. I believe if you do it successfully, not only does it bounce back at the enemies to do damage, but I think it instantly recharges the Brave Star to full capacity. You can't hold the button down to like block. It's almost like similar to, I know this is a weird example to give, like Condemned Criminal Origins, where when you tap the block, you only do it for like 1 second. So there's a timing mechanism to it. So with the blade having the time mechanism of parrying, the way the weapons are now working, it looks like the pistol now has a projectile speed. It's no longer a hit scan, so sometimes trying to get headshots are a little weird. You now have a sort of super jump. If you hold crouch and press jump, you jump a little bit higher, which is a bit different. You have a dash mechanic now, which I forget to use sometimes, but it's so fun. But overall, it seems the stages are very much one-to-one with a couple of additives, as well as, again, with the super jump, there's an area in the first level to super jump to grab to. A lot of the enemies' behavior are pretty much the same. I haven't seen the big robots in Stage 2 yet, because I only just started Stage 2, but I wanted to make this video again really quickly. And they're... Oh, right. They also now have it to where as you get your combo system and your chain killings go up, the more you do it, the more you get more speed. I think you may get more damage. I could be wrong with that. Carnival might correct me after this video. And I think maybe you reload faster, but I never tested that to fully see the time difference. But basically, the faster you get your chains and your kills, the better performance you turn into, which is like that incentivization and everything. It doesn't... I haven't experienced a point of where it feels like that if you're not chaining, that you, like, the stage gets harder. It's just, it does help with flow of battle in certain cases with having it going. So it's kind of like that balance between the two, and I really like that aspect. But that's pretty much it so far from this playtest. There's a lot more that we're bouncing back between me and this other person in the server to try and make sure this gets playtested enough to get a really good thing. There's a lot of changes here that I think are interesting. I know some people may have a little iffy about it. I definitely am curious where it's going to go in the grand scheme of things. Oh, right, there's also new music going on with some of the stages, and I kind of like it. This doesn't make the old music from the original Wrack, like, terrible. I think the original Wrack music is very good and is atmospheric. Stage 2 is my favorite. Stage 2 is still my favorite from here in this new one. But overall, I am enjoying this playtest, and I wanted to do a video out to kind of show you about what's going on, because I liked Wrack enough, and I like sharing things, and even though, you know, you could say my channel's not that popular, I don't give a shit. I'm going to make a video about it. And I would, you know, say if this is up your alley, go play the original Wrack. I think it's great. Play the side one, which I should have said this ahead of time. I think it's called, like, a Zeroverse? Yeah, Zeroverse, which was a tower defense sort of game, which was fun. Play a little bit about that. And, yeah, and wishlist the remake version, because whenever this comes out, I hope it does really well for Carnival on the Steam, because I really like what's going on here. They're taking a lot of cues from other particular games, and I'm enjoying it. So, with that, hope you enjoyed the video as quick as we. Have a wonderful day and take care, and thank you so much.